Hi, I'm Jasper Peach, and along with Women's Health Lot and Melly, I'm gathering stories from our region with people like me who have compromised immune systems. Here's Melissa from Castlemaine. Melissa is 53 years of age and single.
I was born here, moved away for many years, came back. I've got a progressive disability, spinal cord injury, and I have a compromised immune system. I've got a couple of kids, so I spent the first year of the pandemic. My daughter was in year 12. It was a very disrupted year, and also the understanding that it would be very easy for her to bring that home. If it got amongst the kids at school when they were going, which wasn't often, I knew there wasn't much I could do about it.
How did the isolation that the pandemic brought about impact you?
It was easy to just disappear, and no one noticed how unwell you were or how much you were struggling. No one would come and do face-to-face services. You know, at the same time, my mum was in hospital for 8 months with a thigh break. My daughter was hospitalised. So trying to manage all these people in hospital via the phone, I think I got a couple of visits on mental health grounds with my mother over the 8 months she was in. But yeah, it was very difficult to manage myself and my family members with disabilities as well at the time. It was just a big mess, to be honest, like to trying to figure out what people needed, how to get it to them.
And what were people saying about COVID and how it might impact people like us?
You had the people who were like, this is like a cold, it only affects the old and sick, let it rip, which that message of if you got some sunshine and took vitamin blah, blah, you've got a natural immune system. Being told that people like me who suffer chronic illness and pain would find death a blessing. Now, that kind of stuff, that's really stood out to me, this constant message I heard every day, it only affects the old and sick. You know, and it's like, okay, so I'm disposable.
What was your process around deciding whether you would get vaccinated or not?
I got the flu about a few years ago, and it almost killed me, and it escalated into a life-threatening wound that I had that took 3 years to get under control. So my mast cells don't recognise me. So any virus or illness that's introduced to my system, my immune system will completely overreact and start attacking me. So I knew 100% it was simple. If I get COVID, I'm dead. If I take the vaccine, I might be dead. I knew the stats. I knew that there'd been, at that point, after a year of people over the world, 6 billion people had been vaccinated. I knew in Australia there'd been 9 deaths directly linked to AZ. So I saw 2 doctors before I went. I filled out the online medical condition thing that asked all about the bleeding, because I have bleeding issues. It was 40 minutes discussion of whether or not they were prepared to give it to me. And I just said, if I get COVID, I'm dead, and this might affect me. Just that simple. I didn't have to think about it, and I didn't have to stress about it. The first dose, I was flat out for 10 days. I couldn't sit up. Like, I was that weak. Headaches, sweats. The second dose, nothing. No reaction whatsoever.
What's coming across is that you want to live. There's no part of you that has reacted to this ever-present danger by going, oh, well, I've done my dash. You are doing everything you can to be safe.
Well, I've been fighting for my life for quite a few years. Like, when they treated my neck, at one point they put me on high-dose steroids. I went into kidney failure. And at times I've had pain levels where I wish I could die, but I'm a clinger. And that's when someone said to me, you know, like, disabled and chronically ill people see death as a blessing. I went, hang about. Like, I'm not here because I'm this pathetic, weak creature that is just waiting to die. I mean, I used to joke because, you know, I've got a progressive spinal cord degeneration. I said, I don't care if I'm a head on a stick. I'll watch telly. Like, I'm someone who the light in late afternoon that comes across the Australian sky in that orange, pink, reflective, that stuff makes me like, that's my jam. I'm very good at stopping for a moment and noticing absolute beauty, or just having a moment of low pain and the sky looks nice, and that stuff feeds me.
What should people know about the immune compromised community and about you?
I haven't got a tattoo on my head that says I have no immune system or that my spinal cord is crushed. Like, a lot of people they like their disabled people to be in a wheelchair, and you can't see an autoimmune disorder. So you're not going to know who is at risk. You could be standing next to someone who could be killed by anything entering their system. And it's not just about old people. Maybe have a think about kids having chemo with zero immune systems.
You can play your part in protecting people in our community who have compromised immune systems. Vaccinate, boost, wash your hands, mask up and stay safe. Women's Health, Loddon Mallee, centering the voices of people with compromised immune systems.